And for me, what I would do, I don't know if I can answer what I would do, but here we go. Maybe that will help you understand what we call the chi, and then you decide. So in Feng Shui, we look at your environment, the chi of that. We analyze it, and then we tell you how a castle should look, okay? Because that's the home you live in. In 4 pillars, we look at your chi. You took your first breath, the same as your home took its first breath, and we analyze that, and we tell you your destiny, your fate, but you have free will. Same thing with your home. You have free will. If you know you're sleeping in a negative energy and there's another room to sleep in a positive energy, then you take that, okay? And that then helps you and life flow so much easier. So it's kind of to show you or to help you understand this energy. So this year more so than other years, people are feeling things more, some more emotional, some more intellectual, etc. That's because what the dog has done is it has dug things up so that it's woken you up. So you're actually awake now, okay? You're awake to what's going on around you. So for instance, placing an object or a water feature in a spot will alter the energy, but only a real consultant can tell you where, not a book, okay? Placing that object, you have placed it with your intention from what you were told is to make money, yet, it was something somebody made up in the 80s, okay? And your intention is not enough for this to make money for you. The energy in that particular area has to be money for you to make that money. Hence, we put a clock or a water feature, etc. What we do as consultants is we're empowering you by letting you know where to sit, where to sleep, activate your money, and when it will come, if it will come, that kind of thing, your challenges, etc. So you move on. The question has been, is cremation or burial? Okay, your home is a vessel and you are a vessel, either way. Okay, so in Feng Shui, we really only have about 1/8 of the original information regarding any of this. What you've got to understand is there are 3 influences, and because we know 1/8, it's pretty good. So what happens? Do you get cremated or do you get buried? As I said before, your home is the mountain. It sits on the, with the mountain behind you. It then takes better care of you and your ancestors. In your own destiny, it's about you and how you live this life. It's not about what happens after you pass away. Cool? So then 3 influences that you have. You bury, when in the old days, they used to bury somebody in front of the mountain, there's your yin, and then they faced open space or water, which is the yang. That's the yin and the yang. What we also know is there are 3 influences that help you throughout your life. Those 3 influences are heaven, man, and earth. So with heaven chi, this is where you took your first breath and you came from heaven into this earth. That earth you live on now is another chi. So you, coming from heaven with this destiny that you have, you're going to eventually be in the earth chi, I guess. So you're either cremated or buried. So which is the best? There is no best. This is how it works. It's your choice, what you do. Heaven chi, your DNA remains no matter what, whether you're buried or cremated. Your DNA is in those ashes, in that soil, okay? And so you're really a vessel in that way. With man chi, what you leave behind, how you have influenced people, how people will remember you, that's your man chi. That is still chi. Okay, you can't get rid of chi, even if you've passed on. You've got to understand chi. I'm saying the word chi, but it's just energy, all right? Then earth, energy, chi, whatever you want me to say. Again, when you are buried or cremated, your chi or your energy, your whole lot goes into the earth as well. So people passing this chi will feel it. And this is what this year is about. You feeling things, you acknowledging that, there's something here. That's the energy of the dog. And therefore, it's waking you up. So these three influences have been here from day one, but now you're acknowledging them because you've woken up. And yesterday I said, if a parachute's not open, it doesn't work. It's like that. So which of those are you going to choose? I can't say to you cremation is better than burial because they all have the same three chis, the three influences that actually make the world go around. It's your choice. It's also from your own philosophy. It's also from your own religion, etc. So for my background as an Arab, we are buried. And for me, talking about cremation, that's a no-no. But I don't see anything wrong with that. I am the black sheep, by the way. So I don't see anything wrong with that. But you feeling what you are feeling now, this is where it all comes from. Okay? It's the same. There's a certain energy at a front door. If it's male, he doesn't want to come home. If it's female, she doesn't want to come home. So do you see what I'm saying? That three chi, whether you're alive or you've passed on and you've moved on, it stays here on this earth. Your DNA on this earth has still got chi in it. That's how people identify DNA or what the person is, etc. Is even from your bones that have been cremated, there's still DNA. So if someone has passed on, they really have left behind their energy. And now, in this particular year, and more so once Monday comes in, you're going to feel the chi. You're going to feel their energy. Your choice then, what you do with this. You can be in denial like I am and move on, or you can, say what you've got to say, do what you've got to do, explain to people, etc. But this is huge because it's opening up this other side of where a minimal, not just minimal, so many people are already there and the rest have to catch up. And that's how it works. And I remember in one of the posts that I was reading once, someone was talking about, to me that's chi, someone was talking about buildings in terms of chi, and the Eiffel Tower came up in one of the posts, and somebody said that was just a rust bucket. It was meant for an exhibition, and this exhibition was because, it was an anniversary. It was like a French Revolution thing. It's a symbol of industrialization. What's the other word? Modernization. Okay, and that's what that was. Yet, now everybody goes to Paris to see the Eiffel Tower. Do you see the chi around that? Same thing. People go to Uluru. Okay, that's different chi. That is chi that is wow. Okay, I lived at Ezra, so I know what that is like. And it never leaves you. You actually take some of that with you home without realizing you're taking that chi. Okay, that's how strong it is. So once you accept and take that on, then you start to feel things more. So, whereas, if you're looking at the Eiffel Tower, it still attracts people to it. The chi from building that is there. It's left there by those that have passed on there, etc. You know, when people are along the road put the crosses where somebody has had an accident, etc. That's where they left some of their chi. Okay. And for me, or for any of us that go and visit graves of our ancestors, there's some of their chi there because that is where their bodies are. Their DNA is chi. It is still there. But they were a vessel for wherever, whatever, etc., and they've moved on. Okay, so it's up to you. That's all I can say. I can't say to you, you've got to be cremated, you've got to be buried, which is the better of the two. Yeah, I'm stupid if I'm even going to go there. But if I explain it as I just did, it opens up, it wakes you up to something else. And then once you are awake, you will think so different. You will feel so different. And you have a smile on your face the whole time like me. Okay. Oz, what about the energy surviving death? That's the energy. That's what I'm talking about, Oz. It's that energy that will always be there wherever this person left it. And that's it. You can't get rid of that. So this is why when you are walking, sometimes you'll feel things, and it's got nothing to do with Feng Shui in that sense. Yet, in Feng Shui, we are looking at the energy. So they don't marry together at all, but it's a decision you've made that affects this, and a decision that you've made affects this. So it's everything you've decided to do. It's when your time came up, your time came up. I, as a Feng Shui and Four Pillars consultant, can't stall that for you, but I can make the time you're here effortlessly. Effortless living. Okay, and that's what it's really about. So thank you for everyone that wanted to know, should I cremate my parents or should I bury my parents? I'm sorry, that's all I've got to say to you. But I hope that this has opened up something else for you to think about. Either way, their DNA is there, no matter what you decide. There is one thing I need to add. For those people that have the ashes in an urn, it does need to be in a sacred spot in your home, and it has to have a wall behind it if possible, unless the energy, as in Feng Shui energy, is already locked there, not a problem. But they should never, these ashes should never be parted, okay? Because this is one person, and that one person, when you put them somewhere, that's their resting place. But if you decide to share their ashes in 3 different places, an auntie takes one, or a brother takes one, and a grandchild takes one, and all of that, a son takes one, a daughter, yeah, that from what I know from energy-wise, that's not right. In Feng Shui, that's not right. It should all be in one place, okay? And so you will, I get that a lot, where, 3 different people, and sisters, brothers, siblings, have the ashes in 3 different places. That's not resting, and we need to let them rest in that sense, because that's really what it's all about, is a resting place. It's called that from Adam and Eve time, etc. Okay, so is it okay to spread the ashes in the ocean? Again, those ashes have energy. They're in the water. They'll go to the bottom or float on. It's still that energy is floating on. You've let it go. You haven't divided it into whatever, 3 different urns. So I don't know. That's all I can say about that. Cool. I'm ready for coffee, Molly. Okay. So thank you very much. And I know I haven't said to you this or this. It's actually your choice. Yeah, you've got to be responsible. Like Peter Brock, Exactly like Peter Brock. I actually use that in the Feng Shui workshop. Peter Brock's ashes are in 3 different places. They're in and out of courts, etc., and nobody has settled well after that. That's a perfect example. Yes. And that's it. Have a great day. The sun is out. You're welcome, guys, and I'll see you tomorrow.